I've been playing VRChat. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I don't really know what started. I'm just kind of winging this. I just know that over the last couple of weeks I've been on break, and this has been a great time, man. Uh, I think it definitely just takes knowing how to do it right, and I wouldn't say I'm even there yet. I'm still figuring stuff out, but I mean, I've had a great time, man. There's just something about it. It's not gonna, it doesn't replace anything for me. Like I still get out of the house and I still do plenty. Um, Earlier this week, I dug a 6 foot hole on the beach with some buddies. That was fun. Like, it's just, I'll talk about that some other time. Jeez, oh, pizza. I'm just yapping too much. I haven't written a script for this. I don't know what I'm talking about. So instead, I'm just going to talk about my personal experience in VR chat, where I'm at now, that kind of thing. Let's do this quick. Let's bang this out. From the timeline, I found some dances and I started experiencing those. And, it's still independent at this point. I'm just on my own going to these dances and raves. It's playing music I like. I love drum and bass and house and all that. And there were some cool events, really cool DJs and everything. I'd walk up to a couple people and just, listen in on conversations. Um, I had planned in this video to talk about, experiencing cringe and how that changed me or whatever. That's not necessarily what I want to get into. Um, but it did definitely influence how I experienced this game. I began interacting with what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of like furries and different people, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Um, but the next step is actually like talking to these people. I'm still kind of like sheltering myself a bit from the cringe. Um, and at this point, I've just said, screw it. I'm just going to dive in and start conversations, insert myself in conversations, just get talking. And it was one guy. There was one dude who I went up to and talked to him rather briefly. He was just some little bunny guy. He was. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to that dude. He looks chill. So I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, I'm pretty new. At this point, I had probably 10 hours or less just of sitting." And he was like, "Oh, dude, I got some stuff to show you." So he dropped some portals to some worlds, and like, dog, this was like beautiful, like sound visualizers that are like immaculate, like works of art. I don't know if immaculate's the right word there. I don't know. But just the fact that a guy like that was just willing to drop his evening and show a new player the game. Nothing ever came out of that. We hung out a couple times after that, just chatted. You know, he showed me some other worlds, all just absolute works of art, man. And then that was it. I don't talk to him a ton anymore. Um, but it's just those little things. And the main motivating factor for me with this, is the anonymity of it. I think that's how you say it. The anonymity or something like that. Having an avatar changes a lot, and it really helps you kind of just force yourself into those social experiences. I'd say I'm pretty outgoing, and I've never felt more confident on VRChat, and I think that's bleeding into my life. I think I am becoming more confident just through the amount of small talk practice, or even like deep talk, real conversations practice that I'm getting. I think if you find the right people, it's a great time. Now, this is not to say that it's all sunshine and rainbows, because it's not. Um, I've had to do a lot of weeding through, the odd folks, to say the least. Don't run into some people that are just a little too one way or the other. Um, some people you're chill with, and then they say some crazy, crazy stuff, and you go, okay, and you move on. And there are other people that just kind of you vibe with, and it doesn't have to get deep. It doesn't have to get crazy. You just invite them up, and you hang out and you make small talk. And it all stemmed for me from that one guy. He introduced me to some of his buddies. They showed me some groups of people, like some VRChat groups that just sort of fit my interests a little bit, music. I'd been going to some dances and stuff, and I had talked to the DJs. You just start going up to people, man. And you go up to the people that you think will think like you. And that's what has done it for me, man. It's forcing yourself into interactions, and from there it kind of blossoms out a little bit into some good friendships. The guy that I kind of forced myself to walk up to and talk to, um, I had a big conversation with him, learned a lot, and he's been leading me through my process of becoming a DJ. He taught me a lot about streaming it and everything, and I would never have experienced that without just introducing myself a little bit, obviously anonymously, but just getting to know each other with our interests, and he could see that I was passionate about it, and that's it. It is about putting yourself out there, and yeah, I hope this incoherent yap sesh made sense to somebody at some point somewhere, but um, VR chat is what you make it, man. That's what I'm trying to say here. I want to spread that awareness that it's not all just small children saying horrible things. Um, it's such a big community at this point that it really is just what you make of it. Um, there are a lot of weirdos and there are a lot of odd folks, but narrowing your way down towards a group of people that you feel match your interests isn't that hard. Um, it kind of just builds on itself. It insists upon itself, if you will. um, you meet one person, they introduce you to some people, you pick a couple people out of those, and then they introduce you to more people. It's like a big tree. It's kind of difficult at first to get out of your shell in a place that is as cringe as VRChat. I still can't believe that I broke 100 hours in VRChat. Um, but looking back on it, I think I've definitely had a really good time. It's motivated me way out of my comfort zone. I've been in loving mixing music and DJing more than ever because I'm getting to easily share it with people through this platform. Hell, I am recording myself talking to nobody right now. I think it really is what you make of it, man. And if that influences you at all, whether it's just maybe I'll look into spending some time in VRChat or something, that's lovely. Um, Obviously, I'm not going to say if you have a bad experience, it's my fault. But good experiences are possible on this platform. Um, Plenty of them. But yeah, this is a cool world, by the way. This is the Blue Sky Portal Hub. Check it out. Uh, all those all those little pictures over there, they can be interacted with, and they spawn the portals to. That's actually a really cool looking world. Hold on. Yeah, that's kind of sick. But yeah, it's just that, and then you can drop a portal and head over there. Not sponsored. See ya.